Hey, welcome back. Born Offside show is back with Kat Haddadi and OLANTEKKERS sitting next to me here on the couch. It's great to have you two back. You guys were down at the A-League Grand Final on the weekend.
We were indeed.
How was it?
We had a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
Fun. I mean, probably one of the better finals that I've been to in terms of just everything you wanted. Goals, entertainment, fans.
Smashing. No one saw that coming,
No,
right? Did you expect Mariners would win that game or not even?
No, I didn't. But it felt like a Central Coast Mariners home game. When you walked in there, it was, I don't know, granted it was a lot closer and all of that, but it was still, the energy of those fans is unreal.
Yeah, they're cool, eh?
They are so...
Do they still have the band that go and play? Is that only in Gosford? They used to have a band with like trumpets and shit. That's
Didn't see one.
Topless
Central Coast fans.
That was my Friday night.
What did you do?
Nah, carry on.
But no, it was good. We were just behind like the Central Coast bench. We got fucking great tickets. And Andy, thanks, Kat. Andy Bernard.
Yeah.
Bernard.
Bernard.
What's his last name?
Close enough. Andy Bernard.
We
big friend of the pod.
So close to him throughout it, and it was unreal.
I wish he had like a fan cam on him the whole game.
He's so animated.
Yeah, so animated, so entertaining, like yelling at the Melbourne bench, yelling at the guys, yelling at the ref.
Like if when any of the officials stepped out of the box of Melbourne City side, he'd be like, "Ref, get him back in his box."
It was good. But it was I liked it. I mean, from like online and like how people were distraught about the finals being in Sydney. It was nice to see a good turnout. It was nice to Central Coast to get their moment, man. I feel like they deserved it.
Definitely. Well, I think everyone's got to be happy about this Central Coast fairy tale. One of the youngest, or the youngest squad on average in the league, as well as probably the lowest budget, maybe alongside a couple others. But we know it's one of the lower budgets in the league, and it's a great story. They haven't won it in 10 years. But you can't help but think if it would have been Adelaide versus Melbourne, that would have been the tough one to get bums in the sea. They got a bit lucky that Mariners made it.
Definitely,
it's close enough to being a Sydney team. Were
there
any Melbourne fans?
The city section was very quiet. Like relative to it being
like a couple hundred?
Yeah, maybe a
couple hundred people.
Yeah,
maybe,
it wasn't.
Wow. It might have been more, but in comparison, it was kind of like a sea of yellow to our left, and then this tiny little pocket of
blue,
sky blue in the.
The football in itself. Big up Jason Cummins. Big up my mate Sammy Silvera as well. Who was just
the goals were unreal. They were quality goals.
Man of the match for me. I think he'll be back in Europe soon.
Silvera. No surprise on Silvera, actually. I remember playing against Silvera when he was at Wanderers youth, and then I believe he got released from Wanderers.
I think so.
Which is ridiculous because you could always tell he was a good player, but sometimes you need that in your career, I think, maybe. So he's landed at a great club, probably a better club for what he wants to do anyway. 26,500 people. It's not bad, considering
not bad.
Neither are technically Sydney teams, so it's not a bad result. Plenty of people want to talk about it, right? Okay. So as you can imagine, most of our questions, most of our statements were about the A-League in some way. Jay Sultana, Melbourne City, officially bottlers of the A-League. Same with CJ. Can we consider Melbourne City the biggest bottlers now, losing 3 out of 4 finals? Is that a curse now on Melbourne City? Will they go down as that?
It's worth noting,
4 out of 3
right?
finals in the
How
last
do you
4
lose
years.
that many?
But 3 straight premierships, I believe.
Yeah.
So clearly they are the
they're
most
always at the
dominant
top.
team. And as an Englishman who doesn't have a final in your league, is that pretty silly to brand these guys as bottlers when they actually do come first?
Yeah, it's, like I said, I still have to understand the concept of finishing first and not actually like you win something, but it's not like the ultimate goal. Do you know what I mean? So it's still weird to me. But some teams just, they're better over a course of a season. They're not on the game where it's make or break. They're not that clutch. That's what it comes down to at the moment. It looked like from the jump, Central Coast were just ready to go.
Yeah, I had friends watching from home kind of messaging at the time, like not necessarily crazy football fans, but even they could notice that there's a certain class to the way City play, but it just wasn't enough to stop. I guess the energy of the Central Coast guys, they were just all over it. Like they were a lot hungrier for the win.
Is that got something to do with the fact that 25 out of the 26,000 people there are Mariners fans?
Potentially.
Because there was this whole argument on Twitter as well saying that like it would have been a completely different result if the game was in Melbourne.
In Melbourne, where it should have been because they were first. Ooh, interesting. You were at the Alderweireld Awards last week.
No invite for us, but it's all right.
Well, it's all good.
But we're in the A-League's pockets, though.
Yeah, apparently we're in the A-League's pocket.
We didn't get an invite, but we're in the pockets.
I do want to clarify, though, because I think it does look weird that I went and you guys didn't.
Yeah, but you're a sellout. It's all good.
Oh. I was there because I voted week in, week out for the Julie Dolan Award. So, like, the women's
I think it's great that you're there.
Yeah,
well,
it was
fun.
fun.
You have to explain yourself. I think it's great that you're
come on.
That's cool. Free drinks, fucking awards night.
And then I took Cat Sasso because 2 cats are better than 1.
It's fair enough. I mean, honestly, I don't think me and Olan would have fit in. So I think it's better that you guys go and not us
enough.
for a lot of reasons. But I won't get into those.
What did you want to ask me about the awards though?
Well, no, I was going to say like both squads were there, the Mariners and the City.
They
like,
were.
The full squads went.
Yeah, the full squads were there.
But the rest of the A-League didn't bring squads. It was just them because they're in the final.
There were a few, like there were players there, but it was, but the two teams didn't stay for the entirety. They got up on stage, they made some comments about the upcoming final, and then a few stayed from both sides.
No drinks, straight home.
No. Well, I don't know if like
Wait, so
Cummings
the whole,
and that were drinking, but...
That's a bit strange. So it was the Dolben Awards. How'd you say
Sorry.
How'd you say it again?
The Dolben, fuck them, yeah.
The awards. Okay, the end of year awards is for everybody in the A-League.
Yes.
But all of the teams weren't there.
All the team, but not every player.
Nominees for awards and stuff.
But that's every award ceremony. Not every player in the league doesn't go.
Not every single player in the NRL goes to the Dally M's. You go if your team's done really well, or if you've been nominated, or you got a single point in the Dally M. Like you'll make the list to go.
So you only really go if you're nominated and you might win something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's glory hunting awards. We all know that, right? Anyone that plays team sports is not about that, right? But hey, but speaking on that, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to go to the women's game for a second. Alex Chidiac. Correct me if I'm wrong. She went on loan to Melbourne halfway through the season, and then played about 13 games and wins Player of the Year.
So she played half the season and then went back to the US,
and wins Player of the Year.
Yeah. So
wow, is that a statement or what?
What?
I know.
I don't want to talk shit, but I'd feel pretty bad if I was any other player in the league.
So
like, she rocked up, kicked the ball around a couple months, Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Cracker.
Was she the one at Newcastle? What team
she used to be at Atletico Madrid.
She's at Victory.
So
she won that award as a Victory player.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a flex, man.
She's like, I completed the league and I went and done my thing over there.
She rocked up, scored off a corner, because I saw she scored off a corner earlier in the season.
Look, I mean, obviously having voted on the awards, I saw how much she did.
Did you vote a lot for her?
Early on, I mean...
Are you allowed to share who you voted for?
I don't know. I mean, probably not. But early on, look, it's a 3-2-1 vote system.
Right.
So you give someone 3, someone 2, someone 1 points every game. You're given a fixture to watch every week. So it didn't mean that I had victory every week. I would get random fixtures to watch.
Right.
But I would say the reason Chid's got that award is because she would have been the 3-pointer for so many consecutive weeks.
Because she dominates in that team.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to win these awards when you're in a better team because the 3 points get split, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're such a dominant player for one team...
Sydney FC, you could give that 3-pointer to 3 or 4 players every week.
Exactly.
There are a few key players, whereas Victory, Chids is the standout player, and that shows when she leaves as well.
Yeah, interesting. Well, for all the people writing in, Bilal, Will Stevenson, everyone writing their comments on the final, Blake Eddy...
What's the sentiment of the comments? Are people...
most people are just very excited the fact that Central Coast Mariners scored 6 goals past City. I think majority of the people that weren't City fans wanted the Mariners to win.
100%.
So everyone's very happy. Blake Eddy said, is Sam Silvera going to be the next Aussie overseas? You think so?
I think so. I mean, me and him, like, we always go back and forth. Like, he'll message me, I'll message him just about different stuff. And like every time he scores, I'm like, bro, like I always message him like, you were pending, and he's like, soon, hopefully. But I just think he's one of them players who's super exciting. He's super very direct winger. Like can beat someone 1v1, and he's got bags of pace as well. And he's just been very, very, very consistent. Like you haven't seen him really drop off or like have a bad game throughout the entire season, and it shows because obviously they won and he performed in the finals. His assist, by the way, for
that was crazy.
I think it was the 3rd or 4th goal. The angle we were sitting at,
we saw it.
It looked unreal.
Perfection.
It looked unreal from our angle, like outside of the boot, straight into the guy's path. But it'll be exciting, man.
Brilliant. It's good to see him and Tilio potentially the 2 starting wingers for the Socceroos team in many years to come. Maybe there's a lot of exciting wingers coming up. Joe Kay asked us which of the young Aussies playing in that A-League Grand Final has the highest ceiling. I think a lot needs to be said about Ballard and Nisbet, the 2 centre mids for Mariners, because again,
Nisbet was so.
What you say?
I wasn't trying to take the piss out of him, but he's so short.
He's so little. Yeah,
he's so small. But it was like, when I was watching him play his movement on and off the ball, you know, he basically ran that game.
He's so fast on the ball.
23?
Yeah, they're both 22, 23. And like the 2 of them came through the Mariners Academy. So again, playing in the NPL, you verse these guys, right? So I remember them when they were young. I didn't know their names, but I remember because we would play up against them, whether it was for Southo or for St. George, just in the NPL. there's the little guy in midfield. Everyone was like, just fucking hit the little guy in midfield. Just hit him because he's tiny, so fucking bully him. Yeah. Good luck bullying him. You know what I mean? Our centre mids were nowhere near him.
Though, like he's solid.
Yeah. So I think a lot needs to be said about those guys because I don't think they get a lot of the attention being those type of ball playing midfielders. They're not really amongst the goals, but to do what they're doing and to dominate a midfield in a final at that age is a massive testament.
And they were doing that. I think because we pointed out Nisbet so early on, and then we were kind of watching him and every major play he was a part of.
Yeah. And actually, Marcelito here, A-League team to bring more ex-Socceroos in the locker room. Andy Bernal clearly has been a success. So a big shout out to Andy Bernal who was on the pod. Maybe it has. Maybe that's the extra lift that those young lads needed. Nelem94, so-called Festival of Football, facepalm emoji.
What? I don't even understand what that Festival of Football thing was. Can we explain what it was?
So was that just the Friday night thing?
So I didn't even know about that until I was at the awards, and they said, "Oh, we're doing this Festival of Football at Entertainment Quarter."
Right. So that was the festival that one night.
I think so.
Because it was originally meant to be like Bayern Munich playing and stuff. There was meant to be a week of football.
Okay.
Obviously, that didn't happen.
Leading up to the final.
Got you. That's why they had a week off last week because the whole idea is like you get this week of finals. Didn't happen. But then they put this Friday night thing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, did people go to that?
I don't know. I saw a few creators there. We've got Lavender. Lavender's just sitting in the other room. Yeah, she was there.
Okay. Well, they play. I saw they playing FIFA at one point.
Because the E-League stuff.
They played like a Legends match, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think it was like a 5-a-side or a 6-a-side, something like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. Obviously, I mean, we
didn't get invited, so
I wasn't across it either until.
Late.
We all work in football and we know a lot about it, so clearly it was great. Probably the least said about it, the better. It sounds like it was shit. Let me put it that way. I wasn't there, but it sounds like I didn't miss much, right? It sounds like it was pretty bad.
Twitter will let you know, won't
I'm sure you guys can look it up if anyone did care about it.
And if you went and you had a great time, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know because I'd like to know if it was any good. But my gut's telling me it probably wasn't. Hopefully they fix it for next year and actually like organise a proper festival of football. So that's all I can say about that. Yeah. Sorry, Kat, I know you're in the pocket. I'm joking. I know you're not.
We can banter you now. You're the true one that's in the pocket.
You're the true sellout on the couch.
We're just like, we're on the edge.
We're just rogue.
Bro. All right, show us the McDonald's money then.
Whoa. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Macca's, not A-League.
That's nothing to do with A-League.
That's Macca's.
That's Macca's.
That's Macca's forcing the A-League to work with Olan.
Exactly.
Because I heard they did not want to work with Olan.
Exactly. I'm forcing their hand. They're not working with me by choice. They hate me.
Speaking of the APL, apparently they're working with the FA at the moment to decide when the A-League is going to be played. They might start a bit later in October. And they're deciding whether they're going to break for the Asian Cup because we've got an Asian Cup coming up as well, which is quite big. There's also some nice news about a youngster, Alessandro Circati. Young Italian-born Aussie, which grew up in Perth. He's playing for Parma in the Serie B. Wow. He just missed out on promotion to Serie A. He's apparently opted to play for Australia over Italy.
Nice.
Which is great.
Something that someone else didn't do.
Yes. Now,
don't give any more light to that scenario.
I didn't say anything.
It's a great story, and I'm really happy. Yeah. But it's kind of like if I got a girlfriend tomorrow, and I say, babe, I choose you over Kendall Jenner. It's like, but did I ever have a chance with Kendall Jenner?
Oh,
do you know what I'm trying to say here?
Like,
I can easily say I chose you.
I choose Australia over Italy, but like, has Italy called you?
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're playing in Serie B, I don't really think Roberto Mancini was on the phone to you, blowing your phone.
How old is he?
True.
He's young. He's very young.
Okay.
I don't know how old he is. He's very young, but he's still got time. He's
got time.
But like, I don't know. I just thought I could say that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to pledge your allegiance when you don't have that many options.
As soon as Kendall Jenner's like calling me and like asking me out on a date, do I still want to date?
So Kendall Jenner is Italy, and your future girlfriend is Australia in terms of world rankings.
If my future girlfriend is not Kendall Jenner, yes.
I love the way you put that.
I love how you've ranked them.
Kendall's the best.
Hey, come on, man! If she goes for Bad Bunny, I've got a chance. Anyway, I just need Bad Bunny's bank account. Then we can start talking. Yep. Let's go to you know how it works. Kat, you know how it works.
Don't say it like that.
Yeah, you know how it works.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly right.
That is everything.
Speaking of people who have great bank accounts and fantastic careers, Zlatan Ibrahimovic retires from football.
It's made me sad.
Oh no,
it's the end of an era.
Where does he rank greatest strikers of all time?
Number 1.
Greatest strikers of all time.
Strikers.
Shabsy's saying number 3.
What are you saying 3?
Of all time.
What are you saying? Like Pele is 1 or 2? Oh, you don't rate Pele, do you?
I think he's top 5.
Ronaldo as in CR7 or R9? R9. This is producer Shabs talking behind the cameras, by the way. Henri second.
Henri. Okay. I rate that though.
I think he's...
So you just completely shat all over the legend that is the king of football, Pele. Pele has to be the number one striker of all time.
What about classic Ronaldo, R9?
Yeah, that's what you say, R9. R9's probably the best striker of all time, in my opinion. As far as number 9s go. Because I know CR7 became a 9 later on, but I don't count Cristiano Ronaldo as a 9. You know, I like to get Ronaldo and Messi out of this argument.
Yes, okay, I got you. Okay.
And compare Zlatan to Suarez.
Yeah.
To Aguero.
Yeah.
To Shearer. To...
Yeah. I reckon he's top 5.
Okay.
If we're going to go through it, we got to do it properly. We can't just go...
100% he's top 5.
Van Basten.
He's top 5.
Right.
I think he's top 5.
All time.
Never won a Champions League. Does that hurt his legacy a little bit? No.
Because for me, he was one of the only strikers that was like, you kind of thought his career was done, and then he'd go win like an FA Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like even when he went to United, I was like, oh, he's like kind of done.
Yeah.
And he just showed us all that he wasn't done. And then he went to Milan, and then he won again. So he's the only one where anytime I thought his career had dwindled. Yeah. He'd just go win something again. I'm like, nah, this guy's just like...
Plus, the guy did 2 ACLs in his late 30s and came back from both.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's huge.
I think there's so much about Zlatan outside of his football that makes him cool.
He's
and
a king, eh?
the reason people talk about him. And you'd put him as a top 5 for like what he's done for the game as well.
Yes, his impact
he's
on the
so...
game.
He's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he's just such an interesting character.
Yeah. He just gets away with it. Like, anyone else speaks like that, they wouldn't get away with it.
Did you see what he was saying to the fans who were booing in the stadium?
The Verona fans.
Yeah, the Verona fans. He was like...
Seeing
me is like the highlight of your year. Stop booing at me.
Yeah. So the Milan fans were cheering, and then he started talking, and the Verona fans, who had just been relegated, by the way, so they had every reason to be upset. They started booing him, and he was just like, "Stop booing!" He goes, "This is the biggest day of your year to see me." I would have loved, like, I mean, okay, he was just at Milan. Like, give us one more year, and just A-League, throw the bag at him. That would have been the closest thing, probably the only thing. I would say maybe bigger than Del Piero.
100%.
If we would have brought Zlatan Ibrahimovic, like at that point,
because of it's the personality component.
He would have gone on
what
Aussie
he
shows.
would do for the game.
That's what he did in LA, right?
Yeah.
Would have loved to see it. But now Crispy and Buller, both of them are up here talking about the other man who's now without a club, and whether the A-League has a chance here or whether he'll stay in Europe, and that's Eden Hazard.
Nah, he's not A-League yet. No,
No?
It's too early for A-League.
When's the last time?
How old is he?
Hazard? He's like what? Late? No, not even late 30s. He's probably just turned 30.
Yeah,
maybe.
let me find out now. Yeah, but well, you think it's
31
when's the
maybe?
last time he played at the highest level? Let's be real. Would you take him back at Chelsea? You wouldn't, would you?
That's a tough one.
He's 32.
32.
He's 32.
Jeez, where did time go?
He is a bit young for the A-League, you'd think, but it would be great. Coop.
He would be great.
He would. You'd think so.
I just would like to know where he's at in terms of like mentally. Like, what does he want? Does he
What
even want to play?
Yeah.
He flies so under the radar. Like, you don't know what he's doing, where he's
I feel
at.
like he literally disappeared after he left Chelsea. Like, he went Madrid. Like, first year, people knew he was at Madrid, and then he was just like
disappeared.
Just disappeared.
Scary, right?
You know?
I know, such a great player. I mean, 32, still young enough.
Still young enough. You still got quite. I mean, footballers these days, you can still play till like 38, 39. You know.
They keep pushing it every year.
He can come back from that. I mean, I know we're winding back the clock now, but there's been players that have done that before. I remember Antonio Cassano was like huge name, went to Real Madrid, didn't play at Real Madrid. Wesley Sneijder as well did not work
Just
at
on
Real
the
Madrid.
bench.
Then when they left and went to the Serie A, actually both of them, but they revived it and they came back. So I wouldn't be surprised. Hazard's next club, don't rule him out yet. I think if I was a Serie A club, especially maybe the Premier League a little bit too quick for him.
Yep.
You know, but
He needs to be in a team where he has a purpose.
Yeah, like I don't know, like an Inter, an AC Milan, a Roma. Throw the bag at him, you pick him up.
I think
the piss.
A-League's a little bit too early.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more Real Madrid because Karim Benzema's leaving.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
You didn't see that?
Where have you been? You were drunk. You had a big weekend. Olan had a big weekend.
No. I saw the.
He's off
I
to
saw the
Saudi.
tweet.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet. No, it was a video that actually had me in tears. Was like what they offered him.
Yeah.
Was like basically close to like citizenship for
Yeah.
just signing there. They were like, we'll give you literally anything you want. Like if you want no taxes or something like that.
Yeah, no
for
tax.
a guy, like how can that be in your contract?
Yeah.
No
tax.
taxes.
They do whatever the fuck they want in those countries, bro. There's no rules.
As a man that like needs to pay taxes, like
How many
no
wives?
taxes.
How many wives you want? That's what they offer you in the contract. How many wives you want? We'll give you 5 when you sign. 5.
Like, we
Off
have
the
them
bat.
here right now.
You don't like them after a
waiting.
year? Trade in. It's fine. Warranty on all 5 of them.
Hey, how can you compete with that? Whatever you want, just put it in the contract.
So he's gonna get paid 100 million euros for a season.
Jesus.
In Saudi Arabia, right?
That's so disgusting.
It's interesting cash. Now,
Interesting
Luka Modric as well, they're trying to get.
Oh, Luka too.
Yeah, so apparently the Saudis have a list of 50 players. Did we talk about this? Is this deja vu? Did I talk about this to someone else? Okay.
I feel like we have talked about it.
So apparently the Saudis have a list of 50 players they want in the next year or two.
In the league.
They want them all in the league.
Wow.
This is how ridiculous it is, right? So the Saudi government apparently has given the Saudi Pro League 20 billion euros to pay for all these players. So the Saudi government is funding the signing of all these players, and they're looking for at least 50. And they're saying if we sign the best 50 players in the world, we will become the best league in the world. They'll become the Premier League. No one cares what club they're rooting for.
What is this alternate reality that's about to happen?
It's essentially a super league that they're trying to create, but all in Saudi Arabia. Now,
I need to go brush up on my Arabic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really need to brush up on my Arabic.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say no.
This is the place to be.
Any creators over there?
This is the thing. I don't know too much about Saudi Arabia.
Be a real sellout.
Yeah, well, me.
I don't know too much about
generational wealth.
Exactly.
Think about my kids.
Yeah. I don't know too much about Saudi Arabia. I think we'll have a better chance than you. Judging by some of the rules, some of the laws over there. You know what I mean, Kat?
I think you're right.
I don't know if you'd have a great chance over there. I think it's a little bit...
It'll be interesting though to see how the league goes the next couple of years.
Yeah,
like the players they get.
Well, this is what's crazy because the government's paying for Karim Benzema. The rumor is that Benzema can pick whatever club he wants to play for. It's not like there's a club signing him.
Yeah,
the government is signing him, and then he can pick the team he wants to play for.
Imagine like being signed by the Premier League.
Yes, that's essentially what it's like.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
The Premier League signs you. Who do you want to play for?
That's nuts. Oh my!
It's so dumb.
I'm actually having trouble wrapping my head around.
This is actually crazy.
It's so silly.
How the conversation
They've changed the game.
transpires.
They've changed the game.
He won't care. He'll take it.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about it?
Look, it's not ideal, is it? But I mean, is it?
I just feel like
is it too far different to really what's happening in the Premier League?
No.
It's just a little bit more excessive.
Yeah, it's just a bit more excessive, really.
But I mean, like you take Manchester City, right? Manchester City sign Erling Haaland. They're signing the best players in the world. They have an incredible team. They're winning everything with money that's coming from the Middle East as well. So, like, is there too much difference between Manchester City and Al Ittihad?
I mean, the fact that like I could go to the Etihad and I probably couldn't go to Saudi to watch my footballers play.
But that's about it.
I feel like there is quite a difference.
Is there still a rule in Saudi?
I had a friend who moved from Sydney to Saudi with her family, and life was very different.
Really?
And she loved coming home.
Right.
And I'm not here to like bash the lifestyle. It's just completely different to what we know. But I know as a female, it's a very different life. Oh, you're fully covered up when you leave your home. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
it'll be interesting to see what happens. But that's what's happening at Real Madrid. They are looking, so they're losing a lot of players, but apparently they are also on the verge of announcing Jude Bellingham as well. I want to talk about we spoke about Hazard. I want to talk about another Belgian, Toby Alderweireld. Do you remember this guy? CB for Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, yeah. He was a baller.
He was a baller.
He had a great stint. Him and Vertonghen, I believe.
Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and
solid,
Vermaelen.
That was a good era for Tottenham, man.
Yeah. They were the back three for Belgium. He scored a stunning late equaliser, actually. Not known for scoring goals, but he scored for Royal Antwerp. They won the title in Belgium for the first time in 66 years. Why this is interesting is because Belgium just reminded us why football is fucking amazing, right? So in the 89th minute of the match, Union Saint-Gilloise, I believe that's how you say their name. They were Europa League runners this year. They were winning. As it stood, they were winning. 89th minute, they're winning the title. Then something happens in Genk, right? Genk are now winning the title in the 91st minute. So they started celebrating.
My God.
And then out of nowhere, Alderweireld scores an equaliser for Antwerp and they end up winning the title. So in 5 minutes, the title went to 3 different teams.
That's awesome.
What the hell?
It's fucking Belgium, mate. It's football.
Oh, Lord. Could you imagine that? I think the closest thing to that in the Prem would be the Aguero goal,
City
right?
and United, 2
Yeah.
teams, but 3 in the final 5
3
minutes.
is insane.
God,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Crazy.
That's so cool. Yeah,
That's why we love it.
We love football. There's 90 plus minute goals.
Yeah. It's everything. It's everything. And we're getting those storylines now because the season's coming to an end. So you're getting that final day drama. And we're also starting to look at next season, Kat. And the biggest news, I mean, this drops at 6 a.m. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an announcement before this podcast goes live, but I think it's imminent. Fabrizio Romano says, "Here we go" is coming. Ange Postecoglou to Tottenham.
Crazy.
He's tweeted it.
Fabrizio Romano said, "Here we go" imminent. So it's about
He
to,
means it's coming.
When he says
coming.
"here we go," it's fucking done.
Oh, really?
Right? Like if he says "here we go,"
he is basically
put
like
your house on it. I don't encourage. No, you shouldn't do that.
No, don't do that.
yeah.
We spoke about betting last week. But if he says "here we go," it's a done deal. So he said "here we go" is imminent, which in his language means he's going to say "here we go" soon.
Pending.
Pending
with certainty.
Oh,
yes.
Tottenham.
Postecoglou to Tottenham. Kat, initial thoughts?
I absolutely love it.
You love it?
I love
It's
it.
a big club for an Aussie man.
Yeah, I think it's also if he was going to take on any club of that caliber, I would rather it was one that was trophyless.
Yeah.
So that if he
The
does
bar's
get
low.
a trophy, he's their most successful.
He's the most successful
manager so far.
Look, Spurs fans, you know how it is.
How do they feel about it?
Olan, you know how it is in the UK.
It's mixed. It's
now
mixed.
you've lived in Australia a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But let's wind back to before you came to Australia. What if your club, if Chelsea, while you were over there, hired an Australian manager? What would you say?
Your automatic thought is, who the fuck is this guy? It's bad, but it's like, yeah, that's your automatic thought. Who is this guy? Why is he getting the gig? You do a bit of research, but you're not going to trust him.
No.
You're not going to put your faith in him. But exactly. It's interesting seeing it from the other side now.
Yeah.
Seeing like people that like, as I know him, and then seeing my friends' reactions and shit, like, who the fuck is this Aussie bloke? Who's this guy? Even like the whole Qual thing, when I was telling them about Qual and all the Aussie players, it's interesting seeing the other side of it. But I'm hoping he does well. I think he'll do all right.
Yeah.
But again, when we spoke about Tottenham, I just feel like
Poison chalice.
Yeah, I just feel like it's poison from the inside. You can't like it's.
But I feel like if Ange can, like, he can come in and shake up that club. He doesn't
100%.
have to take the blueprint that's there. He can change and remove people and do whatever he needs to do. And I think he knows how to promote a team. He knows how to get through all of that. And I feel like those skills are going to be really important for him doing a good job at Spurs.
If you go on Twitter and you put Ange Postecoglou Spurs in, you'll see what Spurs fans are saying.
What are they saying?
Now, 98% of Spurs fans are fucking angry.
Oh,
right? They're not happy, right? They're not happy right now.
Oh, no.
Who's this kangaroo bloke? I didn't know we were playing cricket.
I don't know if you guys follow a guy called Expressions.
Nah.
He's like he's a Spurs fan, but he's like one of the funniest Spurs fans in terms of just being funny and taking a piss. I want to see his reaction.
Yeah.
You should get his reaction to it.
Yeah, so they're all smashing it, going like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, putting a list of the trophies he's won, A-League, J-League, like all these, fuck this, right? Anyway, so they're all smashing him. There's a 2% of Tottenham fans that have a bit of faith. And their reasoning is, and I thought it was really interesting, they were breaking it down to other Spurs fans.
Okay.
And they were like, look, we've had Mourinho, we've had Antonio Conte, we've had Andre Villas-Boas, we've had these like almost, I think they described them as like sociopaths, right? They've said these people that are so egotistical and obsessed with themselves and success, and none of them have worked.
Yeah.
We're now finding a humble manager, similar to what Pochettino was when he came in. Give this guy a chance, he might suit our culture better. And I thought, wow, that's a good way of looking at it.
It is a good way of looking at it.
You know, because there's
Without
no
the
doubt
personality.
Postecoglou is a commanding personality, everyone
Yes.
says, but he's humble in the sense he's not going to walk in like Mourinho, I am everything.
way.
You know, if like Mourinho still talks shit now, saying he didn't win because Tottenham's fault. I feel like Ange might be their best bet at something. You know, so give him time.
The biggest thing in the Premier League though is like no one gets time.
No,
Yeah, that's the biggest
Like
worry, isn't it?
if you lose your first 4 games, I go, yeah, this guy's done.
done.
Like it's already a sinking ship. So those first couple games, those first 10 games, there will be hit stats everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you'll know your percentage straight away. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they do. If it doesn't go that well in the first couple games, give
Do
them
you
a
know
bit of
what?
time.
They stick with it.
I'm just having this thought that maybe I have viewed Ange Postecoglou through such rose-colored glasses, being that I'm Australian and he's
Yeah.
Australian. And like I kind of understand the concern of
Well, if you look at his career,
yeah,
an A-League title,
like the caliber of his wins,
a J-League title, and a Scottish Premier League title.
Yeah,
But I mean, you got to get your shot eventually.
you do. And we've said this before, but like Lampard, Gerrard, they've all done
Shit.
but they've
you know
all,
what I mean?
it's
Like,
like
For lack of a better
he's
term,
far
yes.
more qualified than them,
Far
for
more
example.
qualified,
And
just because you're
here
a
we
good
are.
player, Lampard, Gerrard, fantastic
Yeah.
players,
Yeah.
but
And
fucking terrible managers. They've
arguably
shown
Lampard took over a team that had a lot more, to lose,
that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Did he manage to lose? Oh. Great club in France. Coupe de France winners.
Toulouse.
Managed to lose. Managed to lose.
Coupe de France winners. Dennis Jean's playing there at the moment, another Aussie. Anyway, yes, I understand what you're trying to say. And I agree with you. I think he's shown a lot more from a management point of view. It'll be interesting to see how the dressing room welcomes him. I mean, he's got a pretty good squad. Aesthetic Football's asked thoughts on Kane to leave and apparently replace Benzema at Madrid.
Oh, Madrid.
And
Oh,
even-
now he's going to Madrid.
And well, that's what they're saying, but it could be United. Sergei's also said if Kane leaves, will Ange be okay? Spurs without Kane, is that even worse situation to take them in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because how many goals does he
Yeah,
score?
who's
How
gonna
many
score
goals does he
your
get you
goals?
consistently over the last 5 or so years? He's like a 10 to 20 goal Premier
At
League
least. I mean,
scorer.
30 this season.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
consistently he's going to get you that. So it'll be very hard.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's about time for him to leave, though. To be honest,
I feel tired for him.
but maybe new manager. I mean, I know it's like the same old
It's the
shit.
same old
But
shit.
you
He
might
needs to
hang
just-
around. I don't know. Like, you
Oh,
might hang around
man.
one more
I
year.
want to see him at. want to see him at another club, man.
I do as well, but if Ange takes over, I'd love to see Ange with Kane 1 year.
Yeah.
Just see what he
I hear
does,
that.
you know. Kebabdo on Twitter tweeted us. Great name, by the way. Who finishes higher in the Prem next season? Poch's Chelsea or Postecoglou's Tottenham?
Ooh, well, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm going to hopefully we finish above Tottenham.
Yeah?
I hope so.
I actually think,
What about Luton
Tottenham's... What about Luton? I saw the new stadium they're building. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
It's gorgeous.
When will that be done?
Probably not for a couple of years.
It looks yeah.
So you better hope they stay up.
Hopefully, yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we'll pull that funding.
Yeah.
Look, they should do okay. But out of those two, I actually think you'd rather take Tottenham at the moment.
Oh, I mean,
You reckon?
There's less of a
I
mess.
have no
think.
loyalty to Chelsea, so I'd much rather see Postecoglou doing a good job there.
But like, which squad would you rather? If you're Postecoglou, like I know Chelsea have these like a huge amount of money they can spend as well, war chest and shit. But like Chelsea just looks like way more of a mess that you've got to unravel. Whereas Tottenham, I feel like it's right there. Like
yeah.
the squad's quite consistent. If Kane was to hang around, it's right there. Lloris, I think, stepping aside. Time for a new keeper. I think it's time for that. I don't know. I just think for Postecoglou,
Who do they get in now as a keeper? I haven't seen another. I can't remember the last Tottenham keeper.
yeah, I know.
Apart from like he's just been there forever.
yeah.
His name is just Spurs.
Yeah,
It's just
literally.
Spurs.
When you see his face, you think of Spurs for sure. Think of mistakes.
Let's talk a bit of FA Cup because we had the Manchester derby in the FA Cup.
Yes.
United City. It finished 2-1. I think the scoreline was generous to United because I think City dominated it completely. They're on track for a treble. Is anyone stopping them?
Yaya Toure curse, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
True.
That's the only thing that's
A bit of
holding them
African
back.
voodoo magic.
Yeah.
That's the only
That
thing
Champions
that's
League.
holding them back
That's the only thing.
now, man. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to break that curse, man.
I need to talk about Ilkay Gundogan because I think that man is so underrated because he pops up always in big games. And remember when City had the title on the line? Was it last year or the year before when he scored 2 goals in the dying moments?
Doesn't really get credit though.
He doesn't really get credit. 2 volleys.
How good was that first goal?
The first one was
Oh
gorgeous.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
the first one was fucking beautiful.
No,
He's a great
unreal.
player.
He's such a well-rounded midfielder as well, man.
Yeah.
And off contract, no?
Off contract?
I believe so.
Possibly.
I think he's one of the there's a few big players who are off contract
Yeah.
now in the off season, and he's
Interesting
one
to
of
see what he
them.
does. I mean, great player.
Does
Done so
Calvin
well.
Phillips still play for Man City?
He was running around on the field celebrating afterwards, so he's there.
Like,
I
where
know.
is that guy gone?
I know.
That
He's literally
it's-
disappeared.
Yeah.
Whenever I see that, it's giving the meme of like when you get an A+ in an assignment, but you weren't a part of.
You did nothing.
You
Yeah.
did
That for
nothing.
Champions League, I think.
Yeah.
Put on his full kit. Put out there.
I saw Calvin Phillips running around after the game celebrating. They brought him on as a sub recently in the Prem so that he got the Prem medal.
God bless.
It's like
It's pretty bad,
He was, for me, he was a really, really good player at Leeds, and I thought he was going to do like a kind of an Ake at Man City, but he just hasn't even just got in there at all.
We've asked this
He was too
before.
chubby, apparently.
Yeah.
He put on too much weight.
That happens.
That's what Pep said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather be like a Calvin Phillips who's part of a great squad, you're getting medals, you're not necessarily playing at all, or be a part of like a championship team that is just being promoted and
Or like a lower league.
or
team, but
even
you're the
lower
guy,
league, but you're
how
playing
Grealish was at Villa.
Villa. Yeah. What would you prefer?
Same salary?
No, you're on more
Yeah,
at the
10
big
times
club.
more at a big club.
You're on more at the big club, but you're getting the game time at the smaller.
I think I'd go to City.
I think you just got to experience it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think I'd go to City. You're getting paid a shitload and you're at City. So if you get released, you can always drop into a smaller club.
True.
But if something goes wrong at Luton Town,
Hey,
you got to go under Luton Town.
you end up like OLANTEKKERS.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're
You end up on a
okay.
podcast in Sydney,
Well,
Australia.
I'm doing
you know
all
what I mean? He's doing all right, though.
Doing
Yeah,
all right.
it works out either way.
Nice
all right?
whipping that, you know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Football works. If anyone's, will Pep leave? This is a question for Tim. Tim Volicek. Will Pep leave City if he wins the treble? Is the job complete at that point?
Has Pep shown any signs that he would want to leave?
No,
He
but I
said,
mean,
but he said if they get caught for the
financial thing.
financial thing, he'll leave. That was his only.
But like, if
That's a
Pep,
bit dodgy.
if Pep goes and beats Inter in this Champions League final, what is there left to do?
Yeah, if I had him, just retire.
You may as well finish, right?
Win it again.
Nah, like at that point,
He's won everything after that, correct?
Once
Yeah.
he wins Champions League, yes.
Yeah, he's won everything at City. Yeah, there's nothing more to do. You may as well go to conquer another league, conquer Italy. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just thinking without City, without Pep, it would look weird to me now, which is a strange thing to
Same.
say because he has been there a while, but not
Good
that
luck
long.
whoever takes over after.
Yeah, like,
You'd hate to take that job after,
taking
right?
over
would.
Pep is like, come on.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be worthy of a job like that? Like could actually take
Zidane.
on?
Maybe Zizou.
True.
Maybe Zizou.
He's
You've
also
gotta have
got the
aura.
grandeur, you know, like he's got that feeling of a guy that could do
Ancelotti,
that.
maybe
Arteta. Oh, can you imagine?
Wow,
Can
you imagine
imagine.
Arteta just
Made his
jump
way up
ship
the
on Arsenal?
ranks.
That'd be pretty funny.
Protégé.
Yeah. They've also asked if this City side, this was from Scorera, is this City side the best side ever, better than Yaya, Aguero, Silva, that era? I think it's already proved that it is.
Yes, I think so.
You can't go 5 Prem titles in 6 years and not be the best one ever. City never did that.
Do you know why I think people question that? Is just because they've been so good for so long that you kind of... It's when you see that turnaround in a season or in a couple of seasons that you're like, wow, like look at this team, look at what they've done.
I think
So they're better
the
than that.
Yaya...
Arsenal
No, it's saying
Invincibles?
best City side.
Oh, best City, just City. Okay.
City side, you know?
Not in general.
I think the only argument against that Scorera is that Yaya, Silva, Aguero, even Tevez, that era of Man City went from being so shit to winning a Premier League
That's
title.
what I mean.
The transition period
Yes.
was like overnight. They were
Yeah.
just like,
You know what I mean? They went from like a team that people would like. I remember Chelsea putting 6 past them in like 2008, 7, and then they won a title in 2012. Whereas this City side has gone from winning titles to just being more dominant.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Is
More
like
dominant, like-
the narrative is very different
Yeah.
with this side.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean if you played the two against each other, it doesn't really tell you who would win because
No.
the context is completely different as well. I think we're also seeing a weakness in a lot of the other sides as well.
Yeah, no, we are. And now they've got one more game to go. And I guess football is such a cruel game, and you saw that with Melbourne City. But if they lose this Champions League final, it's just the same old City. It's just another Premier League title.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean? It's
bad.
slack. It's
I
so
mean,
shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, you didn't win
But
the
it's
Champions
just
League.
another Premier League title and an
Why?
FA Cup. You didn't win the Champions League, and that's how harsh football can be. So it's a big game. Will Stevenson has said, we were talking about the Champions League final a little bit loosely, because Romelu Lukaku is going to be shaping up against City. Thoughts on Lukaku bagging Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh,
I
yeah, I
saw
saw this.
this.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw this, man. Shout
Who
out to him.
bagged who there? Who won
well,
there?
apparently they're both signed to Rock Nation, so they would have had mutual...
You think it's a publicity stunt?
Nah, I think she's...
That's actually really interesting though. If they're signed to the same like management.
Yeah. But what I found interesting is that like now there's like Lukaku like thirst trap stuff. Do you know what I mean?
People are thirsting on Lukaku
But I'm
now.
like, hold on a second.
He's been around.
Anyone that knows football is like, no
Anyone
one's been
who
obsessed
didn't
with
post-
Lukaku
yeah.
I know.
for a time.
Anyone
I
who
know.
didn't post about Lukaku pre Megan Thee
But now
Stallion
he's with
can't
Megan
post
Thee-
posts.
That's what I'm saying. Now that he's with Megan Thee Stallion, people are like, oh no, this guy's
He's
kind of
actually
hot now.
alright.
I'm like, you lot are prisoners at the moment. Man.
They're weird.
Girls love it when like I feel like when someone I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say.
Do you know what I
if
mean?
you date a fit, well-known
Like
chick,
say I get I'm not even gonna say this. Say I start dating Jess Surgis, for example. Keep this in here.
okay. For those of you who don't
We're
know,
gonna clip this up because
she
you
plays
actually,
for the Roosters
Yeah,
and New South Wales.
and New South Wales.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
She's-
say
He's
I
a
start
big
dating
fan.
Jess-
You've
always
brought
bring
up
up
Jess
Jess Surgis.
Surgis so many times.
do I?
Last week when we were here, I
I?
think you brought up Jess Surgis like 3 times.
Fair
Did I
play.
actually?
Yeah,
Jess
he's a
Surgis
big
is
fan.
fit, though.
Jess,
Fair
if
play.
you're watching,
She's
Hit
fit.
him up.
She done this before.
she's fit. She's fit.
She hits
say I
hard
start,
too, yeah?
Say I
She
started,
dated Lomax, you know, Zach Lomax, Dragons.
I was going to say, isn't that a movie?
Yeah, well,
That's the Lorax.
Lorax. Yeah, it's a great film. Anyway.
I'm better looking.
Yeah.
Anyway, say I start dating someone like that, I see more attractive to certain women. Do you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
that's
true.
correct.
It's true.
So it's the same thing with Lukaku now. He
Yeah.
seems more attractive because he's with
It's-
Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know what it's
It's
called.
same thing.
It's
The
the-
same thing happened to Devin Booker. Is that what you're about to say?
No, Devin Booker is beautiful.
Oh, fuck off. Devin Booker, no one spoke about Devin Booker
I
until
don't get
until he
this.
dated
You are
Kendall Jenner.
so
I
you're so
agree.
adamant that
I
he's not
agree.
attractive, and I'm
No, I
sorry.
didn't say that. I
No,
didn't say that.
he's
It's
so
just None of
attractive.
you guys even thought he was attractive before Kendall Jenner.
I did.
Because Kendall Jenner dated him?
No,
Oh my God.
I don't care
Devin
what
Booker's
Kendall Jenner
hot.
does. No, I always thought he was attractive.
But was he more
I
attractive?
think more so it's how many people are on the Bad Bunny train now that he's associated with Kendall
See
Jenner.
what I mean?
He's always been more of a niche interest.
Yes.
He's not niche now. He's
Yes.
mainstream.
Yes. What does producer say?
It's the Pete Davidson story.
Same thing, Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
It is the Pete Davidson
So now it's
story.
Romelu Lukaku. I'm just happy it's putting more eyeballs on football.
I
don't
agree.
care,
I
you know,
love
end
when
of the day.
there's kind of the crossover between
different. Yeah, I love
music and football
Yeah,
or
100%.
Megan Thee
sports
Stallion
and
fit?
stuff.
that. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Yeah?
thick. Stallion.
She
Yeah.
fit?
Yeah.
She did WAP, right?
Yeah.
No, that's Cardi B.
That's Cardi B. She did
I love that.
Are you sure she didn't feature in WAP?
She might be on the feature.
She did.
She might
She
be.
featured.
Don't question
Claudes
my
knows.
knowledge of wet ass pussy. Do not question it.
You have to say it like that.
That's the name of the song.
I know it is, but like everyone just says WAP.
Right?
Come on.
Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
no,
She
no,
I've
actually
seen that video
does
clip
like
a couple times. Don't give me
the,
that shit.
the
Everyone's
iconic
doing the challenge.
rap is from her.
The iconic rap is her.
Yeah.
How's it go?
I'm not saying it.
But do you know how it goes?
Surely you do.
Is that the one about the back in my throat? That one? Is that Megan Thee Stallion?
I think so.
That's that part.
I believe so.
Touch that dingly thing.
I'm not saying anything.
I think she
that
means
could
tonsils.
incriminate me.
Anyway.
Yeah. I think she does mean
she meant tonsils,
yeah.
right?
How did we get here?
What if you've had your tonsils taken out? Do you know what I mean? What are they supposed
You
to
just hit the area that's not.
Fucking hell.
Anyway.
Don't answer me when I fucking say something like that.
Is that the end of the episode today?
It's a hypothetical question.
Jesus
Okay?
Christ.
I fell for the bait.
I wasn't looking for an answer there.
Well, I didn't really give one.
Congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion. Marconi Stallions should do a collab with Megan Thee Stallion.
They should.
They're trying to get in the second division.
What the hell?
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it'd help them.
It would help them big time.
Yeah, I doubt she knows who they are. I doubt that they can even get in contact with each other.
It would be good.
It would be weird. What? Why Cat's lost it? Who lost Cat? Who lost her?
Okay. Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion and Romelu Lukaku. Best of luck to Romelu in the Champions League final. They're not going to be sponsored by the porn site anymore. Remember how Inter there was a porn site?
They said no?
No, they said no. But Paramount Plus will be sponsoring
Really?
Inter in the Champions League final.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 million euros, I believe they're paying them.
Jeez.
I'm dribbling. I'm drooling. I don't know what I'm drooling at, but I'm salivating at something.
I'm going to need to take a quick break.
Okay, shall we move on?
Let's move on, man.
What else are we going to talk about? Sevilla. Oh, yeah, we saw the Europa League final last week. Sevilla beat Roma.
Was that a bit
They beat
controversial?
Mourinho's record.
It was, yeah. Mourinho finally loses a European final for the first time. He was so close.
And
was
Sevilla have
blaming the
never
refs.
lost a Europa final either.
Sevilla crazy. They've won their 7th now. They're the kings of the Europa League. But Anthony Taylor, English ref, was refereeing the game.
This is bad.
And there were a few questionable decisions. There was a handball call, didn't go to Roma's way. I thought it was a handball. Then Rui Patricio got done for coming off his line. He saved the penalty, retake. So there was a lot of question marks. Anyway, football fans are already crazy. Roma fans are crazy. Yeah, I'm good. Are you all right? Anyway, Roma fans are crazy. They found Anthony Taylor at the Budapest airport before he was
saw this
leaving.
clip.
Yeah, this is
And they
really
fucking
bad.
So firstly, Mourinho abused him at the game.
Yes.
There was
He got
video in the
booked for that,
tunnel.
right?
He got
Yeah.
suspended. He's now suspended by UEFA for saying that. He said you're a fucking disgrace. It was like Drogba style.
Yeah.
Then the fans found him at the airport and pelted stuff at him. So he had to get a security escort to his
That
plane.
looked really,
Wasn't
really
he
bad.
with his family and
Yeah,
stuff too?
yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Now we got to draw a line here, right?
Yeah, that's too far, man.
So I think Mourinho saying you're a fucking disgrace, I think's fine.
Yes, I don't think like that's. I feel like that's kind of normal.
'Cause you're at
frustration,
work.
You know.
You're at work.
Like 1-to-1. He didn't bring like a squad of people.
But
with
also
him,
you're at
you
work.
know?
You're still at work. You're still
Yeah.
there at the match that you refereed.
It was the same night.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're allowed to be abused.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit. Right? Within reason. But then I think going to the airport when you're with your family for fans, that's where we draw the line, right? Roma fans got to have a fucking proper look
You
at
can't be
yourselves.
doing that.
You're probably lucky to be there in the first place. You've had a shit season. Don't go fighting a ref and his family at the airport.
Yeah, and anything that involves his family, I think it's just like should not have to deal with that. The fact that he would need security is crazy. Too.
Yeah.
People were like so violent and just rude with him. It's unbelievable. I just don't understand the mentality of thinking that is okay.
Well, a lot of people sent it into us, into the pod, and said this is why no one wants to be a referee anymore. Like we saw the referee get mauled in Sydney just about a month ago.
True, we did.
Coda, and then now we've seen like scenes like this. Like, why would you want to be a referee? I personally don't know why you would, but we
Neither
need
do
them.
I.
We need them.
We
do
them.
need
We
them.
need them. You
Yeah,
know, otherwise we can't play. So no, it is quite bad. It felt to me a bit like, remember when Donald Trump tweeted whatever he did, and then they stormed the White House.
Oh,
What was that?
Storm the Capitol, yeah.
The Capitol.
and
Was
people
it the
died.
Capitol?
Someone died. Like people died.
That was pretty fucking intense, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like to me when the Roma fans saw that Mourinho was going off at him saying you're a disgrace. You're this
Then
and that.
they
Then they're
felt-
like, oh, it's
It was
okay.
permission.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Mourinho, because
yeah.
they'll do anything for Mourinho, you know. And I think that's where like
Added fuel to it.
exactly when you're a
Yeah.
person of that authority, you need to understand the impact you have on the commonality, and you need to watch yourself a little bit. So
Yeah.
I think I love Jose. But I think if he had that moment again,
Like, remember how influential
you are. There are people that will fucking move if you tell them to move. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was pretty bad. Europa Conference League finals coming up. West Ham versus Fiorentina. We were supposed to chat to Aaron Cresswell
about it.
West Ham are being a bit annoying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're being a little bit annoying.
Doesn't really surprise me.
They said you can have Richard Garcia.
Not gonna lie, I don't know who that is.
It's not a name that resonates.
Should I know who that is, Chubs?
Nah, Richard Garcia is an Aussie that played for West Ham.
Okay.
He actually played in the 99 youth team. And I looked it up. Yeah, he played with Joe Cole and these guys. And
cool.
Michael Carrick in that amazing West Ham youth team. But yeah, look, if we can get him on the couch, yes. But I was looking forward to having a player that's going to play in the final.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, so we're
still
chatting to West Ham.
We'll see how it goes.
Because they do like the pod.
We'll see how we go with that.
Apparently West Ham like the pod.
Love that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How does that work?
Hashtag United know about us, don't they?
I believe so.
That's crazy.
Spencer, yeah.
Hashtag United and West Ham know about us. That's crazy. That's good, man.
Might be one of those viral clips where you get abused on TikTok. Who cares?
You know what? Those go viral for a reason.
It's good. We'll
People
take
find
it.
us.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
We'll absolutely take it. There was some crazy shit happening in France, right? Producer Shabs, you've put this one in for me. What was that? The promotion playoff from League 2 to Liga. Well, the match was called off? Two matches were called off. Why is that? People were running on the field.
One, the fans bashed a player.
The fans bashed a player.
Oh, wow.
And
Holy shit.
If they had won, they would have got promoted.
Wow.
And the second game,
French fans are fucking crazy.
Yeah, they
man.
are a bit wild.
French fans are wild.
the fans came on 3 minutes too early to celebrate their
Storm the pitch.
winning.
Wow.
And they didn't win.
Wow. And they didn't
Well,
win.
the other team didn't want to come back out after.
So they called it. That's okay. That's
That
weird.
is, oh my days.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. European football fans in general clearly need to calm the fuck down. It's always at this time of the year people lose their shit. We saw it in Spain first with Espanyol fans bashing Barca players. Roma fans have tried to fight a ref. French fans are on the pitch doing crazy shit. Everyone just needs to calm down.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's coming to the end of the season now, isn't it? What do we do now? That
they're gonna miss football. That's what it is. They're
gonna miss it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think they know that they're gonna have now a couple months of no football, and they're starting to have withdrawals early. I'm having withdrawals from something else.
What?
Can you guess what?
The A-League finishing, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This could be anything, right?
Yeah, why is Cat's face like that?
Yeah, Cat's already thinking way too dirty. No, Ted Lasso finished.
Yes.
Now I don't know if you guys you haven't started.
I think I'm just gonna binge it one day and just binge like
Same.
3-4 days and just watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm a binger.
Man, do yourself a favor because it just finished last week, and I'm not gonna say too much about it because I don't want any spoilers on the pod. So don't worry, not time to tune out yet. But for anyone that has watched Ted Lasso, it's a fucking masterpiece. It is a proper masterpiece of a show, and it's got everything and the themes that they cover. It's not just a football show.
Yeah.
The themes that they cover, everything from sexuality in sport to media in sport to
everything.
injuries to just everything, and then like relationships and like football and how it affects culture, and it's just like it is really, really perfectly well-rounded show. It's finished. They're not coming back. It's 3 seasons. They said no more. But it's definitely worth a watch. And the way they've integrated real football into it.
Who was the most like famous footballer that was in it?
Oh, they had like the whole City squad.
This isn't a spoiler, but Pep Guardiola makes a big cameo. Pep Guardiola's like in it.
Even without watching, I knew that.
Yeah. Like there's a few people like Thierry Henry's in it a lot. All the pundits from like Sky Sports, they're actual pundits in the show as well.
Yeah. So it's proper realistic.
Yeah, Gary Lineker's in it a lot. Like all these guys. It is. It's top.
I
shelf.
love that.
It's really cool, man. And do yourself a favor and watch it. It's really good. But
I'm gonna start it tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about a bit of transfer chat. A lot of the footballers down at Formula 1.
Yes.
Right, because end of the season.
We're copying it a lot for the.
Did we copy it on that Neymar clip? What were they saying about us?
What do you mean? What
Let him live his life.
People are not happy about, and I get it.
I was
Neymar's
just having a laugh. What did I say about Neymar?
Neymar's got a bit.
You got girls out here saying he has a small dick on fucking. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We spoke about that last week. I'm not saying that about Neymar. I'm saying he's living his life. He's doing the best.
They're basically saying let him live his life or something. I don't know.
I got no problem with it.
And that he wasn't the only player.
Or was it you? Because you said he should have been there.
Yeah, I just said he should have been there. I've just maintained my stance on that.
He probably should have, to be fair, but whatever. He does what he wants. I saw he posted about Messi.
But people were saying that also, like, he's had fan shop at his house and tell him to leave the club. He's had like all kinds of shit.
I like Neymar. Neymar's one of my favorite players ever, bro. Like I stand with Neymar. I love him. I think he just does.
I'm a big Neymar fan.
You know, he's a rock star.
I want to see him in the Prem.
Yeah, he's a rock star. I want him somewhere. Like I'm a big fan.
I would like to see him somewhere where he's appreciated.
Yeah, I love him, man. He's so skillful, and I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. I think he was unlucky to be in the era of Messi and Ronaldo. But if he was in any other era, he would be Ballon d'Or probably winner because he's like phenomenal. But anyway,
let's get him in the Prem because we would appreciate.
Would love to see him in the Prem. But you know, there's that was a Martin Brundle, right? He's the reporter. There's a reporter for Formula 1 on Sky Sports. He's really funny, and he stitches people up on the racetrack, like all the famous people, and he was chatting to a few of the Chelsea boys because Ben Chilwell, Mason Mount, and Joao Felix were there together. Anyway, he stitched Mason Mount up saying, I've heard you going to United. And it was a really awkward encounter between everyone.
Oh, my days. What did Mason Mount say?
Mason was really awkward. And what did Mason say? That's none of my business. He didn't really respond to it. He didn't really know how to respond to it. Mason Mount to Man United apparently is like all but a done deal.
Yeah,
Really?
I saw a video where everyone assumed he was kind of like having his last moments at Stamford Bridge.
How are you going to feel about him if he leaves? It's one thing, but if he goes to Man United,
For me, I don't know why. I just saw him never leaving Chelsea.
Same. Just
Like
blue.
He
just radiates
him
blue.
And Reece James, I'm like, they're part of the furniture. You've grown up in the club.
Yep.
You know, you've made your first team debut. You've impacted the team quite a lot. For me, I just thought, they're just going to be at Chelsea the rest of their career. So it'd be weird for me to see him in a United team. But again, like, he's probably got to rejuvenate his career. You know, he fell into a little bit of a rough patch. He was copying a lot from the fans. People not really supporting him. So maybe he just wants to restart his career.
It might be a good move for him. He stays in the Premier League. He does feel like a Premier League footballer. I couldn't imagine him going somewhere else, you know. So, I mean, fair play to him. Yeah, and a lot has changed as Chelsea, as we know. Asensio's on his way to PSG on a free transfer. See if he can revive himself. He's gone a bit missing last couple of years.
He's another one I just associated with Spanish football.
Yeah, he's effective.
Real Madrid as well. Like, I just never saw him leaving.
He's actually had a pretty good turnover this season if you look at his goals per minutes ratio. He pops up and he comes off the bench and he scores. So hopefully he can get some game time at PSG. I'm sure his bank account will be happy about that move as well. Man United are bringing in Kim Min-jae.
Who?
Minge. Kim?
Who?
Kim Min-jae.
Is this guy of Asian descent?
He's South Korean centre-back for Napoli. Great player.
Okay, so
He's
not
at
another park.
So he replaced Kalidou Koulibaly.
Oh, really?
Right, came from the Turkish Super League.
Oh, people are raving about this brother.
Yeah,
Good
you know
defender.
who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Very good defender. Right?
Okay,
yeah. Proper like animal. Dives into everything. Beast. Right. He's had a great season with Napoli. Of course, they won the league. Actually, speaking of, someone got their titties out in Napoli. Did you see that?
No.
I didn't.
Of course you saw that.
Sorry, my mind went there. One
Titties bang.
Wait, one of the women that promised to do the nude thing.
She just got her titties out.
She did a nude walk through Naples.
She's like, fine, I'll do it.
Dressed like she was painted. She was painted in the Napoli colours.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, fantastic.
She
Google
loved
it.
it.
Google it. Everybody Google it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's nice to support your club, Kat.
I'll just check the tab that you've got open.
Why? Yeah, it's open out there. Why are you shaming? There's nothing wrong. There's
I'm
proper
not.
support for a football club.
We talk about Saudi Arabia and that in the same.
Can you imagine in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Carry on.
Yeah. So this is why I love Napoli. Right? Don't worry about that. Women are very welcome in Napoli. Kim Min-jae is apparently on his way to Man United.
Wow.
Right? 60 million euros. Now, what's crazy about this? It's not going to cost Man United 60. It's going to cost Man United 70 million.
Why?
Do you know why?
What's the
Tax.
Because according to reports, they are willing to pay Harry Maguire 10 million to leave.
No way.
Now,
Nah.
how do you
The way you dropped that in there was disgusting. They've bet 10 million to leave, you know.
Now, if you're Harry Maguire,
They said
your club's offering you 10 million to leave.
it's an ego.
I mean, it's 10 million. 10 million is 10 million.
10 million is 10 million, but it's an ego thing. Like,
Do you take it?
it's like, yo, what, you lot
You'll
want
go
me-
down as
I'm
that guy
that, I'm that bad that you want to pay me to leave.
So it's 10 million. I mean, 10 million, you can do a lot with that.
Yeah.
But you will always be that guy that got paid to leave. I don't know many other footballers, if any. Someone please tell us.
Well, I was going to say, is this happened to anyone else?
So his
before?
contract, obviously, he's still got
Still
a lot.
going.
Still got a lot on his contract, but they okay.
They're willing
So
to
they're like, we'll break the contract
and pay you 10 mil.
and pay you 10 mil.
So just get the fuck out.
Well, I mean, alternatively, they'd have to pay him out for the salary that he's owed for breaking his contract.
Exactly.
And he could just go to another team.
He can go to another team. So he bags himself 10 mil.
I mean, you take it and you go.
You take it. Clearly, they don't want you.
You know what?
Why
You
would
go
stay?
and you go far.
Yeah.
You go far.
And you know he's starting for Gareth Southgate no matter what.
Yeah, 100%.
He's proven
you're
that.
You're in the English squad anyway. You're England international.
Who would take him? Would a top 8 club take Harry Maguire right now?
I reckon we take him at Luton. No, I'm joking. We would not.
Get him down to Kenilworth Road.
We
You don't
would
think
not.
Luton would take Harry Maguire?
We probably would, to be fair.
Come on.
We probably would. I think any second half, how do you say it?
Bottom of the table?
Bottom of the table.
Bottom half.
Sorry, bottom half table team would take him, I'd say.
Okay. Well, Chelsea's technically bottom half.
Didn't think about
Actual
that.
sadness.
The realization. Yeah,
But yeah, so plenty of interesting transfer talk. Good news for your guys, Liverpool. Alexis McAllister
Yeah, I like him.
Looks set to be a done deal. He's got one of the funniest laughs in the Prem. You ever seen him laugh? He's got a very strange laugh, but a great player.
Why is it so funny?
How do you know this?
He laughs like with your
I think someone done a meme
Have you
about
seen
him.
it? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I saw a meme about him too.
Yeah, good player too. Just won a World Cup. So bad news for Brighton, but good news for Liverpool fans that he'll be on his way there.
I love Argentines with Scottish surnames.
Strange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange. And he's a bit ginger too, but he's Argentinian.
I think his dad is literally like immigrated to Argentina from Scotland.
From Scotland, yeah. Apparently quite a common name. There's a lot of McAllisters in Argentina.
There you go.
No bullshit, not even joke. Apparently there are a lot of McAllisters over there.
What's a Scottish man doing migrating to Argentina? That's peculiar, no?
Yeah. Although there are a lot of reasons why Argentina, don't you think?
That's like...
I mean, there's a lot of Europeans in Argentina. There's Croatians, there's Italians.
If you're a young Scottish man
Why are you
and you're single, hold on.
Okay.
What's stopping you from going?
And you look at the calibre in Scotland and the calibre in Argentina.
Okay, now I get what his dad
Come
is
on.
doing.
Are you kidding me?
You want to do some Latinas.
Come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
No one's going the other way.
Mm.
Single.
That's hard.
No disrespect to Scottish women. Do you
That's
know what
actually
I mean?
very disrespectful.
I know.
No,
Exactly.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Nah.
Come on. You're going to compare me Buenos Aires with fucking Glasgow?
Yeah, it's not in the same league.
You know what I mean?
I hear that.
Anyway. He worked out. His son has become a superstar.
Anyway, so McAllister to Liverpool.
So McAllister to Liverpool. And he probably wouldn't have won a World Cup with Scotland either. Messi is the last transfer rumour at the moment.
Yeah.
Isn't that almost done deal as well?
Well, Fabrizio Romano is saying that Barca realistically can't pull this off. So it's either Saudi Arabia or Inter Miami.
Ooh.
Now, Inter Miami don't have as much money as the Saudis. By the way, David Beckham sacked his mate Phil Neville.
Did he?
Tough conversation to have.
What do you mean sacked him as in he was playing?
Well, Phil Neville was the manager.
Ah.
And David Beckham's the owner. And they had to have that chat. Hey,
Oof.
bruv, I know we're mates and I know we played together,
Yeah.
but you got to go. I got to let you go. Tough conversation to have. Hey, you got to make those big decisions.
You have to.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you put your friends into those positions in the first place.
Don't work with your friends.
Yeah.
They did say that.
Exactly. Don't eat where you shit. Is that what people say?
Don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat. Yep, that's right. So you can't eat where you shit. There's nothing wrong with eating on the toilet.
Shall we move on?
Do you eat snacks on the toilet?
No.
Do you eat snacks on the toilet?
No.
Do you
Who
drink?
does that?
Do you drink a bottle of water on the toilet?
No.
Okay, I'm the same, but I just
I'm
wanted
not
to check.
Get in
convinced
and,
that
like,
you
get
are
out.
the same.
No, I am 100% the same. I've always been big with this. Like, fuck
Are
that.
you sure?
I can't even like have an opened
I
bottle
might
of something.
scroll on my
Phone's fine.
Okay.
You're allowed to scroll on your phone.
Although they say you shouldn't because when you flush, particles go everywhere and they end up on your phone.
True.
Yeah.
You got to
Anyway.
wipe down the phone after.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress.
Very, very diverse.
So back to Inter Miami. Apparently, the only way they can compete with the Saudi money is that they've got a lot of sponsors involved. So Messi will sign for Inter Miami, but will have some sort of deals with Adidas.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah,
all
that
this
would
other
make
shit
sense,
as well
yeah.
to give him a shitload of money. I'm sure he'll be fine either way.
I hope he goes to Inter and that we don't actually see
A Saudi
some of
Super
all
League.
of the best footballers ending up in Riyadh like this soon.
Yeah, I want to go to Riyadh. I think I'm going to go this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the flight like?
I don't know. It would be the same as like fucking Qatar and
Yeah,
UAE. It
same.
should be about 13, 14 hours. I want to go because there's a sports summit, a big international sports summit in Riyadh at the end of this year. So it's like an excuse to go.
We could all go.
Yeah,
and
I
I'll
really-
just wait at the airport.
Yeah, I don't know if you can come, Kat. Or like the moment we step on the plane, it's like, do you know this
I have
lady?
to be
Huh?
married to one of you apparently.
Oh man.
No, I'm sure it's fine. I don't know. I'll do my research, but it'd be fun. I just want to see what's going on there. Like everyone's going there. All the biggest events in the world are going there. Like why? I want to see what's happening. We've got a couple other fan questions. Quickly wrap up with, what's everyone's favorite moment of the football season? Has any moment really surprised you, Josh DH?
This season.
You've got a few to pick. I mean, sure, Luton's got to be up there, right?
Yeah, Luton's up there, but it's hard for me because I'm not in Luton.
Yeah.
Like if I was in Luton, like again, all my friends were there, like all the family and stuff were there, so it's like I didn't get to live that moment with them. But I'd say from over here, I'd probably say my favorite part of the season was watching probably Haaland destroy Arsenal.
Yeah.
He lost the title.
Yeah.
That was at that moment that I knew, yeah, City have got this.
Yeah, it was just good to see Arsenal fall. There you go. You're a man that likes to watch the world burn. Kat, you got a favorite moment of the season?
Not like nothing is standing out to me as like the most perfect moment. But I would say there was something nice about seeing Arsenal top of the table for the majority of the season. Like I liked when they were running to win it. I enjoyed that it was different.
Yeah, fair enough. I got to go with Napoli, I think.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got to go with Napoli just because the whole
Good
city.
story.
Just the whole
Yeah, great
city.
story.
The fandom. They're crazy over there and they deserve something and it's great to see. So, yeah, I think that was probably... But also, the World Cup in the middle of a season was crazy.
Oh my!
It was cool.
You know,
Why does it feel like that was like 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was
Actually,
this
no,
season.
I'm gonna change it to.
I want to change mine as well.
I'm gonna change it.
It's the World Cup, let's be real.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna change
changing
it to the final of the World Cup.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
World Cup. We all know that was
One of the best finals I've ever watched.
And
That
the
was
the
insane.
moments that we had all watching it together here, because we were all working
Why does
on
it
it.
feel like it was ages ago?
I know, it was this season, man. Like
the
Ronaldo at Man United was this season. Like all that shit was this season. It feels like it was so long
My
ago.
days.
That's actually
Yeah.
crazy.
The Tommy Tuchel and
Conte.
moment was this season.
That was a great moment, wasn't it?
That was a great
That
moment. There's been plenty.
joke.
There's been plenty to pick from. Same with
man.
Oli Bamba. He asked us the same kind of thing. Favorite blooper. Favorite moment on the couch. There's too many to pick from. isn't
God.
there?
Yeah, there's way too many.
There's way too many.
I'm sure Shabsy's got a few for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should save our bloopers though.
We should put all our compliment. Is it compilation of all our bloopers? Yeah.
Yep. Complimation.
Compilation.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yep. Something like that. Compilation.
What did I say?
That's what they call it at the Doblin Awards.
Complimation at the Dublin Awards. Yeah, you've been on fire today, brother. All right.
Oh,
All right.
my God.
War
So
Dog,
far,
Vincenzo
mate.
Italiano leaving Fiorentina. War Dog, I love a good Serie A question. I think he will. Depending on the final of the Conference League, but I think he'll take a big club. Few Italian clubs could use a manager towards the top
And with a
end.
name like that, he's
Yeah.
pretty safe in Serie A.
Well, a lot of people think he's potential future manager of Italy as well. So, yeah, I do think Vincenzo Italiano will leave at the end of the year. Nick S., who's got the best supporters in the A-League? Rank them. Oof, I'm not going to rank them, but maybe...
Ranked them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to get us cancelled, mate.
Yeah. Best supporters... My opinion's probably changed recently because
Yeah, same.
I do think, like I've always said, Melbourne Victory, general fan base support-wise...
It's intense.
You're looking at me like...
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's
I've
an
always
intense
thought
fan
they've had a
base.
great,
They live and
Wanderers.
breathe it.
Wanderers as well.
RBB.
Yeah, Victory
Yeah.
and Wanderers had something special, in my opinion, when it
Yeah.
comes to fan bases. But unfortunately, with so much passion, can sometimes come other things. So, yeah, I don't know.
You always run that risk.
Yeah, I packed out Cooper's, Adelaide, pretty good too.
Yeah, Adelaide's got nice.
You know, they've got nice support. Worst, probably the two newest teams, Western United and MacArthur.
Yeah,
Pretty
they've
average.
got no fans.
I do like the Cowbells, so I'll put MacArthur.
No, I don't. I do
Why?
not like the cowbells.
Funny.
No,
Ding, ding,
it's
ding,
so
ding.
annoying,
Yeah,
man.
It's like a
pretty
vuvuzela.
Yeah, which was also quite annoying at the time.
Oh, come on. There's nothing wrong with it. A bit
They're
of atmosphere.
nostalgic now when you think back,
Yeah,
but at the
at the time
time,
it was shit.
you know, when you'd finally turn the game off and like you could hear again, you're like, oh,
Yeah. I'll give them creativity for the Cowbells and go
Fair.
MacArthur above Western United. Western United probably the worst in the league, just because I don't know anything about the fans. Yeah. Daniel Scuteri, last one here. I'm going to go with which one of the pod members would be most likely to be a star in this season's last episode? Which I don't know if we're going to have a last episode, but a star in the last episode of the season and then leave and take some money for another podcast in India.
Well,
He's referring to Jason Cummings, who's just scored a hat-trick in the final and he's about to jump ship and go grab the bag in India.
okay.
Who's most likely to grab the bag? I think we all know.
Us three.
Oh.
It would be. We all
I think
know
it'd be Kat.
it would be Kat.
I have everything I need.
There's so much to unpack here because I feel like there's a lot of
Actually,
like.
no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I take that back.
You really think it would be me?
Nah, I don't think so.
You really think?
I don't think so. I mean, it wouldn't be me. I wouldn't.
Claude
leave.
might be a dark horse.
I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't
You're
leave
the one
this.
who would happily play for a City and get no game time for the money.
But I wouldn't leave a born offside. That's a different thing.
Yeah, but
That's a
it says
different
a
thing.
lot about your approach to money.
That's a different thing.
He,
I think on surface value, you'd think it might be Olan. But I know that born offside means a lot to Olan.
yeah, it's true.
Born offside means a lot to
Whereas for you, Kat, I know it means a lot to you too, but I feel like, you know, if that
Nike said there was
if
a
that
50
contract was
million
dangled in front of you and they're like, hey, Kat, we love everything.
I'm not moving to India.
No, not India, but like we want to give you all this cash because we think you're amazing at what you do. But you know those other two, you know, sad sacks you hang out with.
You got to get rid of them.
You got to get rid of
No,
them.
You
know?
would not
I'm
leave
here to
us?
stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I love that. So to answer your question, Daniel, no one.
No
Okay.
one.
No one would do a Jason.
Turns out it
Cummings.
was producer Shabs the whole time.
Yeah, probably. It'd be producer. No one would do a Jason Cummings. In saying that, I applaud Jason Cummings. He's just won the league. Go get the cash. I don't mind it, personally. Last one. I lied. That wasn't the last one. Jackson Sordo. I want to get this in as well. Start, bench, sell. In their prime. Don't think too much about this.
Start bench
Start bench sell. Yeah.
All right. Lewandowski, Suarez, Bale. All in their prime.
Oh,
I like
start
this.
Suarez.
Start Suarez.
Start bench sell.
If you're starting Suarez, there's only one correct answer here. If you're starting Suarez, in my opinion.
I think I'm starting Bale.
Yeah.
benching Suarez.
And you're selling Lewandowski.
I'm selling Lewandowski.
Fair play.
I would have done start bench Bale, sell Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Cap. I think I'll start Suarez as well because he's just an animal, and you can't go start Suarez, bench Lewandowski because Bale will come in and change a game in any position. So you can't sell Bale.
I also think Bale.
You don't sell
Bale. Bale was so underrated when he was in his prime.
Yes, probably.
That's why I wouldn't sell him.
So prime Bale better than prime Suarez?
No.
I'm gonna go yes.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't think so.
Prime Bale can do everything, but so can Prime
Suarez could do everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Game changes, more clutch moments. Bale. Ooh. Game changes, more clutch moments.
Bale more clutch than Suarez.
Yeah, 100%. He
Context
scored in like how many Champions
well.
League finals he scored in?
It's true. That
Look,
more
there
clutch
are
moments.
some. I know. Look, there are some bangers.
Yeah,
associated
I'm a big
with
fan of
Bale.
Suarez and his attitude and everything as well. So I would start Suarez bench. Are you shitting yourself back there? You're trying to say something, producer Shabs. Well, it's because he's half Polish. He's blowing up. Don't worry about Lewandowski.
Yeah, but Ballon d'Or is a journalism award, so.
Oh yes, I love it. Little stab at the journos just before we finish up.
Suarez is racist anyway, so.
Yeah, I'd go Suarez and Bale, and then sell Lewandowski. It doesn't matter the order. But fantastic question. We love our fans because they come through.
They do.
You know how long have we been doing this? Long time.
Yeah, I love the fan questions, man. They always coming in.
And still they send shit that we haven't heard yet.
Yeah, I know.
And I love that about it. I love that about all you guys. Thank you so much for all your support here on the Born Offside podcast. A show, really, now, because it's much more than a podcast. So make sure you're subscribing wherever you listen or watch your podcast. Flick us a 5-star rating if you're having a good time. Follow us on socials. Socials have been booming recently.
Yep.
Which is good to see.
It's killing it.
Lots of virality.
We love that.
And the football season may be coming to an end, but we are definitely not going anywhere because we've got a World Cup on home soil. We'll make sure we're going to be here, there, and everywhere somehow. And we've got some really exciting news coming up, don't we? Big week coming up. Olan, anything exciting to let these guys know before we go?
Nah, just keep supporting.
Yeah.
Keep supporting, keep sharing, keep commenting. Positive stuff, man.
Positive stuff, preferably. Kat, any words for our fans?
Couldn't have said it any better than this man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's rare. Okay. Fantastic to have you guys on board. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
So, yeah.